Hi there, I'm a growth marketing strategist who's managed over $100 million in ad spend, and today we're going to be looking through one of my accounts. Today's video is really focused around meta ads for brands spending over $500,000 a year. If that's not you, I would probably suggest hopping off this video. If you'd like to see more, feel free to stick around. Most brands I work with, we focus on ROAS, blended ROAS, MER, something to that effect. This brand is really focused on new customer acquisition costs. In here, our target's right around $50. We're a little below KPI, so we're gonna be really focusing on what we can do to improve for them. Now, there's gonna be some specifics I cannot show you, but I can talk you through. One of those being campaign details, ad details, landing pages, anything to that effect. What I can do for you today is talk you through what we are doing, what we're planning on doing, so you can get an idea of what the kind of path looks like for my clients. That being said, if you are a brand spending over $500,000 a year on Meta and you would like a free audit from me and my team, click the link below. I'll happily give you a free audit. You can meet with me directly or you can meet with my team and we can kind of talk you through what solutions are, how do we approach next steps, and how do you kind of conquer Meta. That being said, you're looking at the last 7 days. In here, there's a few things to note. One, conversion rate looks a little soft for them. I always try to have conversion rates be 3.5% plus. Right now we're about 2.6. It's a little soft. We need to watch that. Second off, add to cart to checkout looks phenomenal. We're right at that 50% target. That is beautifully where we need to be. Checkout to purchase looks a little soft. The main thing I'm going to focus in on as I look at this data is going to be the add to cart rate. The reason that's so important is I'm okay with a little soft add to cart to checkout. I'm okay with a little soft checkout to purchase, but having add to cart conversion rate be at 11% is below KPI for my standards. I like to see brands closer to 20%. At 11-12% means we're missing a large volume of traffic coming to the site that could be turning into add to carts. The reason I'm focusing there instead of add to cart to checkout is because if I can put more volume through the machine, we should inherently get a better return on ad spend. We should get a better CAC overall, therefore improving our results. For this brand, we typically see anywhere from a 60 to 70% returning customer rate. So for us, spending about a $50 CAC is okay. However, about $3 over our target CAC. So what we're looking at is trying to say, all right, how do we get the conversion rate up? How do we improve from there? Overall cost per click looks great. $1.42 last 7 is beautiful. It is purely within that conversion rate that we need to look at. The way we have campaigns set up, and I cannot show you this part, is we have a creative testing ABO. So an ad set budget optimization. We break it out into different pieces to test different new creatives. Then we have an evergreen ASC, which we use for scaling. Now what we do is we test through creatives, find winners, move them into the ASC. The way we have account budget kind of split up, we split it into kind of two pockets, testing and evergreen. Testing typically gets 15 to 30% of budget. Evergreen gets typically 70 to 90% of budget, depending on how much we spend, stuff like that. Our main focus is really heavily around trying to get winners in the account and pushing them up. That being said, let me pull up a audience segmentation. So to give some account history, previously we were spending very heavy into existing customer, and where our targets NCAC, our NCAC looked pretty terrible. So we've pulled off almost as much as we possibly can existing customers. All of our ad sets have existing customer exclusions. We've uploaded lists. We've created automations to upload lists. So all new existing customers should be excluded from this. Moving forward, there will still be some leakage here and there, but more than likely, we're trying to exclude all existing customers. In there, we look at budget. About 1/12 has gone to engaged, meaning middle of funnel. And the way this is kind of broken out, just so you are aware, is new audience means top of funnel. Engaged audience means middle of funnel. Existing customers means returning customers, bottom of funnel. We give Meta these definitions for this client. An engaged audience is anybody who visited the site, anyone who's visited previously, stuff like that. Existing customers is anyone who's bought previously. In there, we break it out into different audiences. We see engaged has a very high conversion rate. Makes sense. They've already been to the site. They already know what we do. However, CPMs are slightly higher for that middle of funnel audience. Cost per click's a little bit higher, meaning it's a little more efficient, but overall the CAC is almost identical. So it's almost the exact same. With new audiences, we have about a $54 CAC. Conversion rate's at a 2.5%. Like to get that up to 3%, get that closer to where that engaged conversion rate is. Overall, that cost per click looks really good on a new audience. That being said, what I typically look at when I see this kind of information is I say, okay, we can get more efficient on new audience. It means there's 3 areas to look at: creative, offer, landing. In there, their offer is gonna be the big thing that kind of moves the needle. That's more or less the theory kind of behind who we're reaching, what we're trying to do within this brand. So as I kind of take away this information, what I'm seeing is conversion rate's a big issue. You need to solve that. Creative is doing a phenomenal job. So then I would look at offer, and I would look at landing page, and beyond that, it's basically all I can show you without getting some kind of approval from a client. For a second before the video ends, I want to talk to you about something I'm trying to do. I'm wanting to bring in a e-commerce brand to sit down with me, have a conversation about their meta ads, about their Shopify, go through the information together live on this page. If you know a brand that would be interested, feel free to have them drop a comment below. I'll have them get in touch and we'll create a video together. Thank you so much for watching. I am Nate Tarter with Tarter D2C. If you like this video, please subscribe. If you know somebody who may benefit from this video, feel free to send it directly to them. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.